Wait till I show you this. This is why I do stuff myself, because you can't trust anybody. Alright, today I'm going to start doing rocker panels, cab corners, and by the looks of what I just saw, maybe the floor. So I got it pretty much stripped down. Doors off, fenders off. Now that I took the fender off, I think it would have been easier to take like both fenders and the front clip all at once, but I didn't do that. I'm probably just gonna do this side, put the pieces back on, then go to the other side, just because I don't have the room for both in here. So that's what my plan is. I think I'm just gonna, but now that I'm looking at it, maybe I'll do both, then I can just back it all in. I don't know. Yeah, I'll take the other side off, do a bit more pressure washing, clean it up, get all the mud and rusty stuff out of it, and bring you back when I'm going to start fitting up panels and cutting. This is in good shape. Okay. Uh-oh. I think that's broken. Oh well. Hopefully the other truck has it. Speaker. Yeah, it'd be nice to get all this out and be able to pressure wash. Like, just have the dash left. Pressure wash the floor. Everything. Just clean it right out. And then kind of start welding and cutting and whatever, just fresh. Holy crap, it's hot. And this is all painted silver too, so I guess I'll have to paint that either red or white or whatever color I'm doing this truck. I'll probably rip the carpet right out. Might even pressure wash that. Just lay it on top of the exterior and spray it off. And now that I'm looking at this thing, I'm not positive that the floors are good, so I think we're gonna have a little surprise under there too. But we'll see here in a minute. Okay. I wonder if I can get in the glove box and do it that way. There it is. Today I'm working on this Chevy truck again. I got one side done, rocker panel, floor pan patches, cab corner. The other side that's worse, driver's side, I'm about to start and it's pretty bad. But first I'll show you the passenger side. Not finished grinding and everything yet, but it's pretty good. It's in there. That has to get taken down a little bit more, but it's in, fits. The driver's side's much worse, so cab corner, somebody had already been in here. So this is their patch, and they didn't butt weld, they just put it on top of the existing metal and then made up the difference with a bunch of Bondo. I'm gonna try, like I did the other side, basically butt weld it. You still have to fill with Bondo, but not, 3/4 of an inch of it. You can just kind of skim coat it and cover up the joint. So the rocker's completely shot. Inner rocker as well. It's no good. It's kind of different on this side. Like, there's different pieces on this side that are better than the other side and vice versa. But anyway, the floor pan is very not good. So the floor pan's completely done. Unfortunately, I didn't order floor pans, but this one came out of that truck, and it's gonna do. And then, like, this section here is what goes here, so obviously they all rot in the same place. So I'll cut all this one out, get this one in, and then I will figure out what I need here between the truck and the pan and build a patch. The other side just needed that one there, which is a nice clean job. Took that out of the other floor too, so it has the same little you know, body lines or whatever. And then this one too. I didn't do a great job welding it, but I don't really care. It's gonna get covered in paint and carpet. Today I'm gonna try getting as much of this done as I can. I don't think I'm gonna do a whole lot of like film in the actual process. I'm just gonna bring you back periodically and kind of show you where I'm at. So this is probably gonna be an update slash time-lapse video. The other truck, like the one I got for the motor and stuff, it's actually, yeah, it's kind of paying off really well. Like just for example, that floor patch, like, yeah, a new one would be better, but this one is gonna work perfectly fine, and it's here. I don't have to wait a week or two for it to get here, so that's something. Just trying to decide if I should cut out the floor first and get the new one tacked in and then do the rockers, or if I should do, like, remove all bad metal and just start from scratch. My only fear is, like, once you cut too much out, you kind of lose your reference points. So I got a couple of measurements, like, top down to make sure I get this right. But other than that, I think I'm gonna do the floor, at least get it tacked in, and then do the rest. Just kind of do it in two smaller bites instead of one big. So I just don't want to cut it all out and, yeah, lose my reference and have, you know, nah, that's makes sense to me. I think the easiest way, like I did last time, just self-tap the new floor where you want it to be, cut them out together, remove it, and then it's a perfect match. Alright, so this has turned into a bit of an ordeal, but here's what I got going on. So, the floor pan is in. I drilled out way too many spot welds on this replacement one that weren't spot welds, so that's why it looks like Mars. Anyway, next I have to do this piece here, but I don't really want to do that until I get the new rocker, outer, and inner on. That way I know exactly where this is all going to be, and then I'll kind of just fill the hole instead of, I don't want to fill this and then have to then cut pieces of it off to get the rocker on. So to me it makes sense, while this is still here, this is the original, you know, location, I'll get the outer, inner rocker on, cab corner obviously because I'm in there, and then once that's all done, then I'll just have that little bit of patchwork to finish it. The truck is turned into a bit more of a project than I thought. I was hoping I would just be able to, you know, throw her together and have a nice cruiser for the summer, but yeah, that's not how it works. It's not how it ever works, so I don't know why I thought it would work that way this time. I had to trim this down just to get below that, but I mean, it's lining up pretty much perfect. So I think I'll clamp it, cut it, then I can remove it, take the old piece out, see how it goes. I've done a bunch of work on this off camera. It was a long week, so anyway, I'll get to what I did there, but last night I was welding and ran out of weld wire, so gotta fill her up. All this is wasted, I guess. Almost. Truck's got a little bit more rust in it than I thought. We're almost there, sort of. On the cab box. That's a whole other thing, but you want it pulling from the top, so you gotta go that way. This should last the rest of the truck. It better. That looks good still. Okay. So let's pull it through. Crank up the speed. thing just moved and you got her cranked up. I can feel it. Coming? Uh-oh, she's bound up. Probably got a dirty tip on her here. There it is. Oh! That was interesting. Get this tip cleaned out, but might be time for a new one. Alright, so the main rocker panel, it's on. And this is just butt welded, so I'm gonna grind that down a little bit, tap it in, and then it'll fill up pretty nice. Same with this side. And then the inner rocker, this might not be as pretty, but it kind of goes somewhere, I don't know, around there. Then you tap this over, weld across, and then this piece, I don't have enough good floor to join up with it, so I'm gonna have to use some new sheet metal or whatever, a piece of that other truck somewhere to weld onto this. So I'm gonna get at that, and I'll bring you back when I'm either about to weld, done welding, or in 3 days. Alright, so about a couple hours later, got the rocker panel, inner rocker, and the cab corner done, so I'll show you that. And then I'll show you the mess I gotta deal with the floor, so yeah. It's welded here, I'm just gonna tap that in. That way I only need to fill like this much. Let's say I left that weld out. You know, you'd have to fill from here to down here to taper it over top of your weld, so. And then like, I could grind that all the way smooth, but the fear with that is if you go all the way smooth, there's a chance that you're making the metal like super thin, you know, because you can't really tell if it's, yeah. So that's the way I do it. Grind the majority, but leaving it up enough that you can tell you're not about to burn through. Tap it in, fill it, and then everything's good. This is ugly, but you don't see that. Like, you got rubber here, carpet, and then a plastic trim that goes over. So does it look pretty? No. Will it last? And is it half decent? Yeah. This is the problem I have to deal with now. So the inner rocker only goes in, whatever that is, 1.5 inches. The floor pan that I recycled or whatever from the other truck, they all rot in the same place, but this one was less rotten, so usable metal like only had up to here. Everything here over was full of holes. So now I gotta go find a chunk to kind of, I'll probably do it in 2 sections. I gotta go up to here at least, because that's a hole. So I'm gonna cut this off. So I'll probably do like a piece here all the way out, and then another piece there all the way up. And yeah, that'll work. Wait till I show you this. This is why I do stuff myself, because you can't trust anybody. Alright, so I've been sick the past couple days and haven't done a whole lot, but what I was talking about there, up on the cab, I'm assuming it had cab lights. I was up there, it had a visor on it, so I actually plugged 2 holes that I shouldn't have, but there was 3 holes here, 3 on the other side, and 2 in the middle that I was plugging. And then I did a bit of grinding, and I was like, hey, there's a hole there. Did a bit more grinding. I was like, hey, there's another one, another one, another one, all the way down. So I think what happened, I think this thing had cab lights, and then, I don't know, whoever did this restoration basically tapped the hole down, filled it with Bondo, and painted it. Maybe that's the way they do it in school, but I don't think that's the way you're supposed to do it, but what do I know? To me, you should fill it with weld, then tap it down, which I do agree with, fill over top, and then paint. So, wasn't too pleased seeing that, and where there was a couple of those holes were, there was actually cracks in the paint, so it was already on its way out. So had I just sanded over that, not seeing it, painted the truck, then I would have been my problem. So anyway, I filled them, put a bit of weld in them. I'll tap them down, flapper disc, sort of smooth,
I like leaving a little bit of weld there just so you know you're not like below the thickness of the metal. So yeah, I still feel like crap, but I'm gonna see what I can get done in this truck today. This video will be over the span of, I don't know, a week and a half, because I haven't really done a whole lot being sick. So yeah, we'll get at her, see what we can get done on this. Batteries are nice, but when you gotta do any amount of work, you need a cord. I like the idea of that battery stuff, but man, you're forever switching batteries, and batteries are super expensive, so I don't really know if it's worth it. I think the only time I like the battery idea is like roadside, junkyard, out in the yard where you don't want to run an extension cord, you need to cut one bolt. But if you're in the garage and you're doing any kind of work like this, you might as well plug it in. Alright, so I got the spots on the hood all ground down. Pressure washed the cab again. And then on the box at the back corner, the right side, it was all rotting at the back. So then that parts truck I had, I just cut a chunk out of that and welded it in. So I'll show you that. So that's that chunk there. And I'm not really sure, but like they're the same truck, but the bed floor on the other truck, the ribs are smaller than this truck. So not sure if one of them's aftermarket or what, but they don't line up perfect. But the rocker guard's going to cover that. I think that's it for this video. It's kind of a thrown together one because I was sick, didn't feel like filming anything, just wanted to get a bit of work done. So next video is probably going to be me doing something a little bit different, but we'll definitely be back on this truck. I really want to get it done kind of within the next month and kind of have it for the fall up until it snows, give us something to cruise around in before the long cold winter. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one. Later.